Hi guys, my name is Pragya and I'm here to review a book called Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, the same guy who wrote The Martian, the movie with Matt Damon, and what an amazing film, right? I watched it many years ago when it released, and after that I had no idea that it was based on a book by this guy. So I looked it up and I realized that, and I read on Reddit and Goodreads. A lot of people were saying that it's a very funny book, and if you found the movie funny, you will definitely find the book a lot more funnier. And but I had already seen the film, so I didn't want to like read the book at the time. So I thought, okay, this time when I went to a bookstore, actually I went to a bookstore to buy something else, but I saw this and I was like, okay, he's the same guy who wrote The Martian. And last time I missed my opportunity to read this movie before I watched the film. So I was like, okay, this film is recently out, so let me just read this book so that I can go and watch Ryan Gosling play this character, who is Ryland Grace, who's a scientist who has sent to an interstellar mission to save planet Earth. Okay, this is the very, very basic premise. Now, I will first of all clear one thing, which is that I have not read the entire book. I have only read till page 208. That's why you will see that this is part 1, because part 2 is when I'll finish the book and then make another video and talk about that. So, this book is total has it has 476 pages, um, excluding acknowledgements, and yeah, and it was, I think, published in 2021, which was 5 years from now. And okay, so let's dive into the review. By the way, there are going to be spoilers. So if you just want to know what this book is about, I'm just going to say that this is a great read. It's a really, I think there are a few points that I'll just point out. One, it's a great read for people who want to get into sci fi or who already like sci fi. This is probably my first sci fi as an adult. I have read kids sci fi, but I don't remember, which was many years ago when I was a kid. But as an adult, I think this is probably my first sci-fi book, and I really like it because I like sci-fi movies. So I thought, let's give it a shot, and it's good, even though I know I'm not from a science background at all. I'm still able to figure things out, and it's understandable, and it's funny, and I'm laughing and chuckling and giggling while reading the book. So yes, it's a good book. It's a great read. So the second point is that it's funny. The point is that it's amazing. It's an amazing read. It's not even the first point. It's the title. Why it is a good read, and then the first point is it's funny. The second point is it is easily understandable even for people who are not from science or space science background. Mm. So imagine if you are from a science background, you'll find it even more funny because you'll understand a lot of things which I did not. Again, does not mean that it's not understandable. It is, but the only parts which is a bit difficult to understand only for me so far, because I've not asked others, is where this guy is doing some science experiments or science things here and there, and he's explaining how what he's doing. Like he's putting this microscope isn't easy to understand, but other things which I'm not able to figure out, this chamber from here and there, and I'm putting this here and putting that there, all those things I kind of don't get it, but he explains it pretty well. So if you read it with proper attention, you will understand. Even if you don't, it's fine. It's whatever things you will not understand will not do much for the plot either. Like you will get the gist, and that's enough for you to know. Another point, this guy is so smart, this guy, because the way he solves problems is super smart and super interesting, and you will really like it. Like you'll be like, fuck, wow, what a nice what a nice idea. Like cool, this is really cool. You'll be like, yeah, science, bitch. So you will really like it. Okay. And fourth, Now, spoiler. So you can stop the video here if you have reached till here, because now I'm gonna talk about. Actually, I don't even know if it's a spoiler, because they've kind of say it like right here. Um, so the last line, it says that it's up to him to puzzle out an impossible scientific mystery, and he's got to do it all alone. Or does he? What does it mean? Imagine he's in outer space, far light years away from planet Earth, and then this guy is saying he has got to do it all alone. Or does he? So that means there is alien, and yes, there is alien, and it's not a spoiler, because if they're talking about it right here, like, dude, come on, that it's there is going to be some entity out there. So I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but I personally don't think it is, because when I read this, I was like, "Ha, kuch to hai." There is something in outer space, and what is there in outer space? It's alien, na? Of course, that's all we know. So, oh yeah, but mind you, now I'm talking about, now this is a spoiler, so you can like pause the video here and bye bye. Go buy the book, read the book, and we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, now for the people who are okay with a spoiler or have read it and just want to watch the video, this alien guy looks nothing like our imagination, at least my imagination, because I have watched films like E.T., Extraterrestrial, or and Jadoo, Koi Mil Gaya, and I'm like, okay, nothing. This alien looks nothing like what we can imagine, and even aliens in other stories or whatever we have read all so far, nothing like it. It looks like a rock with 2 3 limbs, no, actually 5 or 6 limbs. And he explains it looks like a spider, which is the size of a Labrador. So but it's a very cute and like a good alien. It's a good alien, it's not a bad alien. Again, another spoiler. But oh my god, so this guy is on a mission to save planet Earth. And what is it doing? This is where I'm gonna have to edit the video. Okay, so why is this guy? God, I just blanked. So why is this guy sent on a mission? Okay, now here's the thing. Apparently, there is scientists on Earth have seen like a red line around the sun and between the sun and the planet Venus. And because of that, ever since that red light has appeared, the sun has the light of the sun has dimmed. Okay, sun ko dim kar diya. And that's bad. That's bad news. Because why? Because if the sun's light is dimmed by even 10%, the life on planet Earth as we know it is over, because everything is a delicate balance, and they explain how and why shit happens, but sure will happen, but it will happen, and the life on Earth that we know of is not going to survive that, and all of humanity and animal and everybody is going to die. So it's very important to figure out what this red line is, what it consists of, and they send some spaceship there and collect some samples and bring it back to Earth, and they figure out it's actually space algae. It's a living microorganism which is feeding off either the sun or planet Venus, something it's feeding on, which is dimming the light. So it's feeding off the sun's energy. Yes, that's what it's feeding off, and it's a lot. Like the molecules, microorganisms are a lot, like a lot. So a lot of it is eating the sun's energy. So obviously the sun's energy is gonna like go less, and the sun is gonna dim. So that's bad news for Earth. So these guys figure out what this space algae is, and kind of run all the experiments, send it across different space centers in other countries like CERN or ISRO and Chinese space technology office company, whatever. And scientists from across the globe run their own experiments. And this guy, our guy, Ryland Grace, figures out a way to reproduce them. Yeah, so anyway, the bottom line is bottom line is, these guys find out that there is another solar system outside our galaxy, and जो उस solar system का sun है, the sun of that solar system, the star of that solar system, also was, you know, invaded by this space algae, but it was immune to it. So they couldn't take the energy of that sun. So they did travel around it, but then they bounced off when they went to the next adjacent galaxy. And then from that, it came to our Milky Way galaxy and onto our solar system and fed off Earth's sun's energy. Now they were like, okay, what is in this particular sun or solar system from a different galaxy, and how did this sun not get affected by the space algae while all the other suns in different galaxies are getting affected? So this is what we got to figure out, and if we figure that out, we can probably apply some science and save our sun from getting dimmer. So for that, they send this guy up in space to that specific solar system, which is like 12 light years away from planet Earth. And while he's up there, he's all alone. He had two crewmates who passed away while they were in coma. So they were in induced coma for 4 years while the ship was traveling. And I don't know how they died. I think they're going to talk about it in the other half of the book. But so far, all we know that they died, but we don't know how and why they died. So, yeah. So this guy is, the lone survivor, and he is in outer space trying to figure out, and he can see that the sun, which is immune to that space algae, which is like 12 light years away from the Earth, and he's like in that solar system trying to figure out, kya karna hai, he's trying to figure out. And suddenly he sees that only 210 meters away, there is another spaceship, which is like thrice the size of his spaceship. And his spaceship is called Hail Mary. That's why Project Hail Mary. And he's like, oh my God, am I looking at an alien spaceship? And yeah, he was. And then, shit happens, and amazing shit happens, by the way. A spoiler again. I don't know why I'm keep giving this disclaimer when, if you're this far, this is a review or a talk filled with spoilers, and he meets this alien from another planet, and this alien is also here to solve the same problem for his planet because his sun is also getting affected by the same space algae, and he also has come to this particular solar system to find out why this sun is not affected by the same algae while all the other suns are affected. And this sun is called Tau Ceti, or TC is what I'm going to call it. So Tau, I don't even know if Tau Ceti is the right pronunciation. I did not cross check it, but yeah, we're going to go with TC. So this TC sun, why is it not affected? And that's why both of these spaceships are in the solar system, one from Earth, one from another planet called, I think, Iridian 40 something. Yeah, that's what the Earthians are calling this planet. And then he meets the alien from this spaceship, and then this guy does bunch of science stuff to figure out a way to communicate to this alien, because they don't talk the way we talk. Like we have letters and words and language. They have musical language, so they will speak in tunes like no, all that they will say. So for example, if I want to communicate, if I want to say that this is a pen, I will, before explaining what this pen is, I will have to explain to that guy that we write, we document things, right, for our own, reference, and to write we use a pen. So whatever they do to document this alien guy on their planet, if at all they do that, he will say that in a musical language. Now, this guy, this is where this book gets so interesting. Not that it wasn't interesting up until now, it was, and it is so good that you should definitely read it. But if I'm going to talk about why this section I love the most so far, is because he used all of his brain. So he did a lot of science and computer science stuff, and he wrote a program on his computer, and he recorded, like, for example, if I'm talking to this alien and I'm gonna say pen, so now that alien, whatever he understands of the pen, he will say la la, okay, and I'm gonna record that la la on my PC, and my PC will save that la la sound as pen. And then I have fed him, this alien, a lot of words, like, skin or whatever, everything that you'll probably need to have a conversation as to astronauts out in outer space. So they have all this. Then he makes an entire dictionary, uh, by explaining things or telling things to him, and then he replying, and then so now they communicate. So now this alien guy is like la 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 da na na na, and then this computer is telling me, okay, this sound means this sound means that. So basically, what he's trying to say is, I have a watch. I'm just giving you an example. So yeah, that's what I really loved about this book so far. But the brains, like the way this guy has figured how to decipher and how to talk to an alien guy who speaks in music. And there's another interesting thing, or I'll leave that. Okay, read about it if you want to read. It's better if you read. Or should I just say it? Okay, I'll just say it. So this guy doesn't have eyes. He can't see. This alien guy, he has no eyes. So he can, see through frequencies and sound. And so accurate, so accurate. You will be amazed by the things this alien can do without actually having a vision. My god, like he made like a small diagram of Project Hail Mary, or of the spaceship Hail Mary, and sent it to this guy, and it was so accurate, and he couldn't even see it. So it was all like, all those things that you have in bats and whales, or I don't know, bats and some other animals or mammals on planet Earth. Same tech, but like 10x or 1000x improvised or better. So yeah, all in all, I would say that it's a great read so far. I cannot put this book down, and I read it all the time. And I just can't wait to finish it and figure out what exactly is going to happen, because they say that it's a suicide mission, because it'll take you 12 light years to travel to this Tau Ceti solar system, and then that many years to come back. Now no spaceship can hold that much of resources for you to survive and thrive, not thrive, at least survive. So it's kind of like a suicide, because like 24 years, dude, come on, and spaceship is only there's only some limit to it, right? So but I get a feeling that by the end of the book he will come back. I think that will only make sense. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out how these two astronauts, one from Earth, one from another planet, one human, one alien, how they will come together and solve a common problem, and then probably go back to their respective, planets. And if anybody will ever believe this guy that he met an alien, like, dude, it's a dream. So yeah, I think that's the book for you. Please do buy it, read it, and you can comment about how you found the book. What I'm gonna do next is finish the rest of the book, and in my part 2, I'm gonna talk about the whole book. I'm gonna talk about the entire book. Again, that too will have spoilers, because otherwise the video would be only 1 minute long if I didn't. So if it's a 19-minute or more than 19-minute long video about a book review, then you ought to know that there ought to have spoilers in it, right? So yeah. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this review. if you could, just do some leave some comments, or maybe like the video, I'll be very happy, because I'm trying to build my YouTube channel, and I have no one theme for it so far. So I put random videos. But I think I'm gonna now start talking about books and review books, and that way, because that's the only way I will read more than 10 books a year. That's my goal. This year, I think I've probably read, this is my third book, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's sad. Half the year and only 3 books down. 2.5 actually, because I'm yet to read the rest of it. But if I continue making these videos, be um, I will read more books. So yeah. Okay, guys, bye. I'm signing off and hope you enjoyed the video. See you in part 2. And once again, very good book, Project Hail Mary. And if you've not watched the film and you really want to read the book before you watch the film, please do pick it up. And I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to watch the movie by Ryan Gosling. And because I'm so excited to see the visuals of whatever I've imagined so far. So, yeah, okay, bye bye. See ya.